Hi everyone, and welcome to the first edition of the Basic Library Research Workshop virtually. This should be a lot of fun. I'd like to welcome you to our session. For the first recording that you're going to be listening to, there will probably be 3 in total. So we are in uncharted waters. This research presentation has never been recorded. It has always been offered live to our students on campus. So you are our first group, our inaugural group of attendees for the Basic Library Research Workshop held virtually. There will be 3 sessions that you will be listening to. So our first recording is basically an introduction as to what we are going to do the rest of this session, and then also information about our second and third recordings that you will be listening to as well. My name is Ann Stenger, and I am the librarian for the Lawrenceburg campus and also our site over in Batesville. Our objective for our 3-part session is to learn to search the virtual library. Some people have probably looked at our library in the past, while others of you may have never clicked on our library link and located information that you could have used for resources. So we are going to learn to search that virtual library today. We're going to go in and take a look at 2 different academic databases. We will also talk about search techniques and search strategies. And in our final recording, we will be talking about a product called Noodle Tools, and we are going to set up an account so that you all have an opportunity to continue to use this resource throughout the remainder of this semester, and then moving forward as you continue your coursework with Ivy Tech. And also you will find that Noodle Tools program is also going to be helpful when you are working on your annotated bibliography projects. So you should be seeing on my screen the link to go ahead and log in to ivytech.edu, and please do that through the My Ivy link, not through Ivy Learn. So as you can see, I'm clicking on my Ivy link, and after we go through that, you should be turning your attention over to the left-hand side of our screen where we have that vertical green toolbar. And the library they have saved the best for last is the very last link. So if you will click on that link, if you have been to our page in the past, starting the beginning of this semester, back in January, that seems like years ago, we do have a new library website. So it might not be quite as familiar to you, but you'll also notice that we have our hours posted. Normally that would say from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., but unfortunately we are closed because of COVID. And then you are going to find all of our resources. You are going to find in these 3 bars below. So we're going to click on the A to Z the A to Z resources list. And if you already know what particular database when you are working by yourself that you are interested in, if you know that database name by title, you can type that in, or you can use our alphabetical listing here. Howsomever, the first one that we are going to look at is, ironically, Academic Search Premier. So we can click on the live link for Academic Search Premier. You may not have to go through those last 3 clicks that I just did. So don't panic if you do not have that. We are going to go ahead and look at our Academic Search Premier database. The only thing that we are going to do on this particular page is we are going to type in a topic that we are going to research today. And I have chosen the fact that we are going to look at the topic water pollution. Notice that as I started to type the term in the search box, you have several different listings below. So we have water pollution, we have water pollution effects on the environment, water pollution in the United States, water pollution effects on humans, causes, water pollution causes, water pollution in Africa, and water pollution in India. So if at this point in your search you are thinking just of water pollution and you want to leave it that way, that is perfectly fine. We're going to hit the search box. And it's going to bring us just a few results. In those few results, totaling 44,392, as you see up here. If you took a second and were looking at the previous page that we were on, all of those boxes that we did not fill with information, we are going to be able to take care of that now by using this section called Refine Results, and we are going to work our way all the way down to where it's going to help us, because nobody, even when you do not have to travel to campus for class right now, none of us have time to read 44,932 articles on water pollution. Nor do any of your instructors expect you to have that many resources as part of your research paper. If you will follow me over here to the Limit To section. Anytime that you are doing searches in any of our sources within the virtual library, you always want to be efficient with your time. And one way to be efficient is to always click the full text and put a check mark there. You will notice that I'm getting some information here letting me know that it's updating. And so with one mouse click, we have gone from over 44,000 results, and we are now down to 12,935. We're going to make this a much more manageable topic before we actually start looking at actual articles. The next thing that we are interested in is talking about that publication date. And while 1942 was quite a while ago, and good things or bad things may have happened in 1942, none of your instructors, based on the amount of pages that you have to write for them, which is probably in the neighborhood of 6 to 10 pages, none of them are looking for a historical perspective on the topic that you have had approved. So we are going to manipulate that 1942 date. And this is typically where I would ask our students what year they think would be appropriate to start the search. But I don't have anybody to supply any answers right now. So I am going to suggest that we type in 2010. And as soon as you insert that 2010, please go ahead and use the Enter key on your keyboard. And notice again, it's letting me know that now indeed we are down to 7,831 results. Scrolling back down to that publication time period, let's manipulate that one more time. And this time we are going to ask it for results that are just within the 5-year time period 2015 to 2020. And again, with a click of the Enter button, We are updating again, and we are down to 4,359 results for you to consider gathering information for your research paper. As we scroll down again, it wants us to look at the type of source that we might be interested in. Are we interested in academic journal articles? Are we interested in magazine articles, trade publications, newspapers, or reviews? And as a hint, that review area is usually for books, so it becomes a book review section on the topic that you are compiling research on. Since we are in college, I suggest that you try the academic journals section first. And that took us from over 4,000 articles down to 3,441. So if you were a little nervous when you saw those 14,000 articles pop up when we started, hopefully your stress level has gone down a little bit, seeing that just by manipulating the information over on that left-hand toolbar, we have taken great strides within a matter of minutes to look for our information. We can click that button to show more if we wanted different types of resources. But I think at this point we are going to stop and consider the 3,441 articles that we need to take a look at. The one area that is sometimes continually helpful to our students as they try and shrink the number of results that they have to review is the fact that we can still manipulate that year on the left-hand side of our publication date. So if you are still a little on the nervous side that we have thousands of articles, we can continue to shrink that number. So if we manipulate that again to 2018 to 2020, and now we are down to 625. All right, so yes, there is more to come, but I am nearing the end of our first 15-minute session, so I'm going to have you leave your screens where they are. I'm going to end this portion of the recording, and we will pick back up in just a second.